Welcome to No Game Sports. My name is Dom DeVincenzo,
I'm Brendan Jin.
I'm Ricky Rodriguez.
and today we're joined by a linebacker from North Greenville University, Caleb Bynum.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, man. I'm blessed.
Right on, man. And so to kind of get things kicked off, we want to ask you, if you were to use 3 words, how would you best describe yourself?
That's a good question. I'm very enthusiastic, humble, and caring. Enthusiastic, man. I'm always bringing energy to the field, no matter what team I'm playing for. Humble, man. I feel like humble should be number 1. Actually, let me switch humble in front of that. I feel like, man, God will humble you real quick when you're not humble. So I just stay humble, man. I realize where I'm from, and I'm very caring for my teammates, for people in general. So I say that 3 about me.
Hey, that's a cool 3, man.
Yes, sir. So to kick things off, we saw that you're from Spartanburg, South Carolina. What was life like growing up there? Yes, sir.
So, man, I had a weird lifestyle. I really grew up with like foreign people. So like it was not white or black. It was literally Indian people, Mexican people. So I was able to just see different cultures, man. So it was actually pretty cool in my childhood. But just I stay up. I wasn't born literally in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I was born in Asheville, North Carolina. But I say I'm from Spartanburg since I've been there since 2nd grade.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. It was pretty cool, man. When you're in Spartanburg, it was really just competitive, just sports. That's all I really cared about, really, throughout my whole just middle school and high school. So it was really just sports and just playing the games, playing video games. That's really all I did in my childhood. I had that okay, for sure.
Yes, sir.
What kind of games were you on?
I'm a Madden guy. I don't think any of y'all can beat me in that. And I play 2K too, but Call of Duty and all that stuff, y'all got me in that. On Madden and 2K.
Now, how about it switched up real quick right there?
Yeah, man. I Call of Duty, y'all got me on that. Y'all got me. Call of Duty. Y'all got me.
I might have to run it up on that 2K then. I might take you up on that. Not Madden. I'm not there.
Man, he's hurt right now, but if I get Zion Wilson, I'm not losing. So I'm just gonna say that now.
Yes, sir.
And,
So you talked about how football was the biggest thing, and video games was another thing. Do you have any other hobbies outside of football?
Sure, for sure. I play drums at a church. I'm very musical gifted. I have a business that I forgot my bottles. I was gonna promote it, but I have a business that I'm trying to operate, and really the past 2 years was just trying to find myself other than football, if that makes sense. And it was good for me just to, that COVID year when we didn't play, and it was like, okay, I'm scrambling like football only. But I mean, I'm just blessed to ever have the opportunity just to realize other things other than football. It's more than life than just football, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Definitely.
What's that company called? You gotta shout them out real quick.
Oh yeah, Amway, man. Shout out Amway and shout out to Hannah. She wanted to put me on it. We sell all types of products, protein bars, protein shakes, supplements. I mean, it's COVID right now, so I know y'all people need supplements, man. So that's what we do. We sell those. So for sure.
Yes, sir. Is that the independent business that you're talking about? The one on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anybody can do it, man. When football ended, man, I was just like, dang, what do I do from here? And that's before I got the combine invite. I was gonna literally put the cleats up and all that, but so that was really just an opportunity for me just to realize, and yeah, you get a business license for a year and all that, man. Like it's pretty cool. Like even if you don't even want to do the business per se, you already have a business license, so that's cool if you want to start something.
True. So how did you get into that?
Shout out to Hannah. Like I said, like when football season ended, man, it was just like, dang, football's over. And I want to say girl in my school, she DM'd me, and I've never seen her before. And I go to a small school, North Greenville. You don't. It's a small school. You probably never even heard of it until you saw it, like met me. So but yeah, man, she DM'd me, and it just felt right. Usually when somebody's hit me up about online business, I'm like, man, Forex, all that. I'm like, man, I'm good. But you know, she hit me up about this business, and it just felt right in my spirit, and I'm grateful for it.
There you go. Sounds like it's working out for you.
Yes,
It's all right, for sure. It's progress, for sure, for sure.
So you touched on as well with the drums. You saw you're kind of big on your faith. So like, what does that kind of mean to you?
Oh yeah, Christ makes a difference. Basically, man, I'm just made a rundown. I'm not gonna go crazy on it, but I'm nothing without God. I mean, that's just the humble me. I mean, it don't matter what I do. I can be this, I can be a millionaire, but at the end of the day, I'm nothing without God, and I can't find true peace without God. It don't matter. No materialistic stuff you can't take with you when you die. So I just gotta understand that God's the reign supreme, and that's who I follow. So, and that's what it means by like being humble to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What inspired you to take your faith so seriously?
I mean, my dad's a pastor, so I've kind of always
Okay.
been in it. But you know how when it's forced is like you want to see answers for yourself. So I had an opportunity like to really just see it for myself. I want to say probably like in 11th grade, high school, I started realizing, okay, this man's legit. And really, it really hit me during COVID, really too. That's when I started my relationship with God got a little stronger. I just started to realize that everything's temporary, even football. Like just like that, football was taken away. We couldn't play, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons, man. But yeah, God's is supreme for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see that you post something positive from the COVID situation.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you can't stay negative. You can't.
Yeah, there you go. Good vibes. And then so what does your education mean to you? You talked about going to a small school.
So at first, man, I'm gonna be real because this is a podcast. We're just gonna be real with each other. I went to school for football. Let's be real.
Okay.
I've never been a little guy. Like I've never been the smartest guy, smartest cookie. So yeah, but eventually, you know, I think I started learning more on my degree once I got to my master's degree in my master's in business. I started learning about entrepreneurship, which I'm doing right now. So that's when I really feel like I started more about like the math and the science. You know, I mean, you learn that in high school. Let's be real. So.
Okay, so you're studying entrepreneurship, is what you said?
Yeah, business and entrepreneurship. Yes.
Okay, that's what's up.
What inspired you to get into that? Is that just like a passion you've had, or is it just, something that you figured out while going to college?
So, I mean, I'm motivated by y'all. Y'all got a podcast going on, and that's your income you're making, right? Like it's yours, and that's what like I don't want to punch the clock for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something I love.
Yeah.
And I have freedom to do. I have freedom on my schedule. Like right now, like it's on your time. I was on y'all time today. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to have my own time. If that makes sense. It's freedom. That's the big thing.
Definitely. That's a cool mindset to have. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah,
I like
for sure.
Definitely. And then so kind of going back a little bit, you talked about your faith. And also when I checked out your Twitter, you posted a lot of inspirational quotes. But who's one of your biggest inspirations?
That's crazy how you found my Twitter because my handle was totally different than my name. But,
it took a little while. I'm gonna be honest. It was difficult.
for sure. But you said motivational quotes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a. It's gonna be cliche, bro. But I'm a big Kobe guy. Like, you know, he kind of had a background like mine, like kind of suburbanish, you know. But you got something to prove to the guys, the inner city kids, just like Kobe was.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like motivates me because people want to look at you a certain way when you're from somewhere. And it don't matter. I still put the work in, and I'm still a dog. So that's what I like about Kobe. You know, suburb guy, but he's over here balling with inner city kids. So I just watched a lot of Kobe. Really, just a lot of Kobe, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of Kobe. RP.
That's awesome, man.
For sure.
Yeah, that's respect though. It's funny. I had a philosophy class last semester, and we were supposed to give a final presentation about like a famous philosopher or use like a philosophy. And I used the Mamba mentality, and like I was the only person that did anything like within that realm, and so it was like super unique presentation.
Well, you're the only cool guy in that class.
Thanks, bro. But I mean, speaking more about Kobe, we saw you tweeted a few times about the Philadelphia Eagles. Is that your team, or what got you into them if they are?
So that is my team. Okay,
Yeah.
so people gonna hate me for this podcast, but at first I was a Panthers fan because that was just the city that was just where it was like located, where I was located, North Carolina, South Carolina, Carolina.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I remember when Michael Vick got out of jail, man, he went to the Eagles, and I don't know, but I just started liking the Eagles ever since. I don't know. I've always been a Michael Vick fan, so. And plus I got family that lived there too, so it was just convenient to be the Eagles fan.
I'm with you on that. I'm a big Eagles fan myself. So,
Okay, for sure. We
yeah.
just won. I mean, we won the Super Bowl in 2017, so
Yeah,
the first one we ever had. So
4 years ago today, right? Or,
yeah. I cried real tears that day.
Oh yeah, real tears for me too. That shit was tough.
I was there, for sure.
What time is it, man? Hey, it's Philly time, boy. Let's go. Oh, let's get it.
So you talked about how much you liked Michael Vick. So then my question is, how did you get introduced to football? And was Michael Vick someone that maybe inspired you, or?
I had a weird childhood. Like when I was little, I used to just be on the NFL network. So I just know everything about NFL, if that makes sense. Like that's when I was a little kid. I was always dreaming about being in the NFL. Like that was just something I always dreamed about, just watching. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's something. It just comes natural that just came that I just like. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
for sure. So I mean, you're a big NFL guy. Then what are we thinking on not this Sunday, the next one?
Okay, yeah, because I'm not gonna watch that Pro Bowl, but I haven't watched Pro Bowl in years. But I mean, I had the Rams winning before the season started. I'm not gonna lie, they just loaded their team up. It was just more convenient. I mean, and I want Matthew Stafford to get one. So
yeah,
for sure. Joe Burrow, I like Joe Burrow though. I do like Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
I was just gonna
say, yeah.
I do like Joe Burrow, but he has plenty of time to win one. Matthew Stafford's running down, so
yeah,
it's one of them things.
I'd like to see OBJ win too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that is true. I like OBJ.
This is a tough talk for me, right? I'm a Niners fan, so I'm still a little salty.
Hey man, Debo's from my city, man. Like, yeah,
really?
Debo's that guy. He's from my city.
There you go.
Yeah, I know Debo. Yeah, for sure. So,
really?
Yeah, okay. He's from Spartanburg. He put that. Yeah, I've seen.
Really?
He deserves everything he gets, man. He puts the work in for it. So he deserves everything he gets for sure.
That's sick, bro. That's cool.
That's
yeah,
cool.
For sure.
Well, at least you can root for us.
It's so weird. It's so weird hearing like really Debo was like, man, I know this man my whole life. Like it's crazy.
That is pretty cool. But I mean, talking about your football path a little bit more, why did you pick North Greenville University?
Honestly, I had no other options. I wasn't the best athlete in high school. Like I was tall and long, but I wasn't that very athletic, and I had a hard head, like on workouts and stuff. So my friend went to NGU. He committed, and they gave me like a preferred walk on. I was just like, I have nowhere else to really go, so it's like, let's go to North Greenville. So
that's cool though. I mean, obviously grinded, getting there.
Yeah, I'm glad I went though, man. I learned so much as a football player and man there. So I'm glad I went.
That's awesome.
And we saw you came to NGU as a tight end. So do you want to speak about your versatility and everything like that?
Oh, y'all did y'all research, man. Okay, yeah, I definitely came in as a tight end, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the best tight end. So I remember the meeting. I was like, I asked Coach Farrington, he gonna notice this day too. I went in Farrington's office. I'm like, look, man. And I wasn't on scholarship, man. That's what motivated me. I wasn't on scholarship, and my parents were paying. That kind of was burning, So I'm like, look, I'm trying to get on the field, and I played inside linebacker in high school 1 year, and I was like, you know what, can I move to inside linebacker? And honestly, the rest was history after that. I'm not gonna lie, like it was one of the best decisions of my life, for sure.
That's
awesome. And talking about your college career, I mean, you wore a bunch of different numbers. Do those have any significance to you? Or are they just like, some numbers?
All right, so when I first started traveling 52, I mean, it's a number. And 23 was just a number too, honestly. But when 8, the reason I wanted 8, so 8 means new beginnings, right? So I feel like when I wore number 8, it's a new beginning of a player, a different type of player. And I feel like I changed my game a lot. Also, just Kobe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
It's the nod.
That's what I was going to say.
I saw Ward in middle school and I wore it in high school, and I was like, all right, well, I as well try to wear it in college before I'm done. So,
Okay, I feel that's cool.
but all the other numbers were just numbers. It was nothing about
All good. And then, so getting more into your play on the field, what would you say your greatest strengths are as a player?
As an inside linebacker, I can cover. Like, I take pride in covering. Like, that's just something I always love doing. Just pressing, playing press, man. Like this, I don't know. That's something I had I had some very competitive friends, and that's all we used to do. And that's just something I do. I think like that's one of my greatest strengths as an inside linebacker is covering. If that makes sense. Like I put a lot of emphasis in that.
Okay. And what would you say, vice versa? What would you say something you need to work on is?
Not second guessing myself. If I see something, hit it.
Yeah.
Since I might slow down a little bit. So just not second. If I see a gap, not second guessing myself. If I see a player developing and I know it's happening, don't second guess it. Just hit it. Make you the only time you make plays is when you make risks. So
yeah,
you gotta make risks.
Definitely. Who taught you that? Where'd you learn that lesson from?
Really just playing, man. Like you'll play and it's just like you will kind of like just 2 seconds matters. Like that 1 second matter. And sometimes like I could have stopped them for let's say -2 yards instead of just 2-yard gain. If that makes sense. Like I'll read it, but I'll react a little slower than I'm supposed to. So that's probably what I need to work on. Just playing fast and not thinking so much.
Yeah, the decisiveness.
Yeah, just play. Just play.
Yeah, a great man once said, just to get a bag, you got to take risks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
So in the 2021 season, statistically, it was probably your best as far as the stats go. And then my question, do you feel like that's the case? And if so, what adjustments did you make?
You said this past year?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna compare the 2 years. 2019, I feel like I was a little more sloppy with my feet, and I wasn't as flexible. But I mean, I played well, but I wasn't as flexible, and I didn't work on the things I should have been working on. 2020, you can really see the improvements of my training, if that makes sense. It's really just the training. I started doing different things, if that makes sense. So in 2020, it was more, my feet were a little better. I could open up a little bit more. I was faster. It was just the training I was doing. It was just more knowledge. I had more knowledge my senior year than my junior year, if that makes sense. So
experience factor makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And my last year, man, I got broke off by a quarterback. 19, I got broke, and I just realized I need to work on my agility. I'm gonna be real with y'all guys. So I realized I had to work on my game. Like it's more to the weight room, and that's what I meant by training. It's more than just going in there. It's none of that. You got to actually go in the field and practice your craft. It's not just the weight room. So that's what I learned. Yeah, you got to put everything in. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about that grind, and you talked about like how you didn't have that many opportunities coming out of high school. Yeah. What's some advice that you'd like to give to an aspiring college athlete?
Sure. Look up stuff how to get better early. Don't wait too late. Don't wait till you're 21, 22 and all right, yeah, this is what I need to work on. It's kind of like it's too late because it's people that's been working on that already at 16, 17.
Yeah.
So just look things up. Everything's on YouTube. Everything's on the internet. Like if you want to know something, literally you can type it in. Like we have we're in a beneficial era when it comes down to that. So yeah, like you can just look stuff up and just work on your game early.
Definitely.
Sure.
And then so with regards to that, man, I know you said that you mentioned the invite to the combine. What are the next steps for your career?
So, man, I like you have no idea. I was really about to put the cleats up, man. It was really raps. I was trying to take my business seriously and all that, and I got a call from an ANC combine. It's not the Indianapolis Colts combine, obviously, but it's a combine in Atlanta. A lot of people went to the NFL. It's a lot of XFL scouts, stuff like that. So how I see it is, God bless you with opportunity. So why not take it? And if you don't, you're gonna regret it. So that's just me, and hopefully I can do well. I got some pro days coming up too. So we'll just see.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. How have you been training for it?
I mean, hey, the worst than getting put in, Brandon. I'm not gonna lie. The worst than
I trust. I trust.
I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
When are the pro days? What, you got dates for those yet?
Yeah.
I don't know which one. Talking about Clemson. I don't know which one. I know it's after the combine I got invited to. I want to say in the 17, 18. I don't know yet. I have to talk. I really have to go talk to the strength coaches. But yeah, right now I'm just thinking if I do well in the ANC combine, they're gonna want to see that again and pro days. So I'm just having faith
Yeah, we'll go ahead and show out. We'll be rooting for you, man.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you had a memo that you want to say to a team that might be looking at you, what do you got to say for them?
All right. My eyes gotta be in the camera. So all the coaches, man, if you want a hardworking, humble man on your team that's gonna energize the team around you, that's gonna care about the teammates around you, and it's gonna put 110% every single day, I'm the man for you. I had to put the eyes in there. I'm serious.
Big trust. There we go.
For sure.
We got it now.
For sure. Oh,
So one of my questions would be then, you're talking about NFL teams. Who's the NFL linebacker that you say like that's the guy you try to emulate your game? Who's your favorite linebacker?
That's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. Dan, that's a good question. So it's two, and it's tie. It's a tie, man. I like both of them equally. Darius Leonard, I'm a huge fan of Darius Leonard because it's just the fact that he's not that big out there. He's like 218, soaking wet maybe, but he just knows the game of football and he takes his angles perfectly. Like you can tell he studies film and he has long arms. He's a long guy, like myself a little bit. He's longer than me, obviously, but yeah, man, he's a very solid player. He's just a smart player. He's not the biggest, but he gets the job done. And then Fred Warner, I love Fred Warner. 49ers, hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love to hear it.
Oh, man, Fred Warner's I love Fred Warner's game. I just love his game. His leadership and just how he just stays low. Darius Leonard, he might pop up a few times, but Fred Warner, he's staying at a low just position all game, and it's a beautiful thing to see. He's one of the best coverage corner linebackers too. So he's a good player. Fred Warner. Sure.
Talking about that coverage. Yeah, talking about that coverage. What tight end or receiver you want to guard then? If you could have anybody.
If I had a tight end to guard, I want to guard my boy from the Raiders. I forgot his name. Waller. That sounds crazy, but I feel like he's the best tight end in the game. In my opinion, people are going to kill me for that. But in my opinion,
cool.
I think he's the best tight end in the game, pound for pound. And receiver, I really don't want to guard NFL receivers. Let me think. I will try Tyreek Hill. Why not?
Go for it. Nothing to lose, everything to gain, bro.
Nothing to lose, because if you lose, everybody expects you to lose.
It's
whatever.
If you win, it's like, bro, how? So
let's get it. Yes, sir.
That's a win-win for me. That'll be a win-win. Yeah, Tyreek Hill for sure.
Okay.
Would you ever try to second for Debo?
Okay.
Yeah.
Debo?
Cross the middle?
Oh, yeah. I don't care where you're from. Hey, Debo, I don't care where you're from, bro. But you know that. But yeah, he's solid though, man. It'll be a tough one though.
Did you ever go up against him? Never went up against him?
I didn't, but we was hanging out one time and I challenged him to a curl contest and he didn't want to do it. He was scared. So yeah. I hope he see that. I hope he sees this interview.
Please, I hope he does too.
He chicken out. Like he can't lie either. He chickened out of a curl contest. We were supposed to do a curl contest, curl, and he chickened out. Yes. But he's a great football player, don't get me wrong.
We'll have people add him in the comments. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to send this to him.
Yeah, you gotta challenge him. You gotta challenge him, and then we'll host the real challenge on here. We'll have it happen. We'll make it happen.
Man, I'll DM him right now. I'm like, hey man, I still want smoke, and don't let me. I know you're going crazy this year. You probably don't forgot this even happened, but it's still on my mind, buddy. I still want to do that curl contest.
There you go,
yes, sir.
Hold him accountable.
Sure. I gotta hold him right.
Most definitely.
Okay.
All right. Anything
Yeah,
else?
good.
Anything you want to talk about? What do you
Yep.
want to highlight? Anything about yourself? Anything you think we
Shoot.
might have missed?
Man, y'all were great, man. Y'all got enough for me, man. I appreciate y'all boys though, for real. Y'all keep doing y'all thing though, what y'all doing though. I appreciate it.
All right. With that being said, this has been No Game Sports. Thank you for joining us.
Hey man, thank you for having me. Shout out to Amway, supplements, protein, all that. We sell everything, makeup, everything you need. Shout out to Amway and shout out to God. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for
Sure.
coming on, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.